How's it? Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Green Dog Blitz, hosted by Brian Anderson and Agobian. Throughout the show, we'll attempt to control the line of scrimmage. Let's get to it. What up, Brian? Week 13 is upon us. Week 12 is in the hopper. What a crazy week. I just can't believe it. Did Kansas City save their season? Are the Vikings really having some scary moments here on quarterback regret? Oh my gosh, so much to talk about. Where do we start, and how, as first to ask, is your Thanksgiving ramping up to be?
Hey, Yervon, what's up, buddy? It's good. Like I love getting to this point in the NFL season. Like here we got a long stretch of football games coming. The weather is shaping up to be more conducive to staying inside and watching a little football. And like things are starting to take shape. You kind of know separate the men from the boys. So yeah, a lot to break
You
down.
said
It's
weather.
interesting.
Are you talking
Oh,
cold weather where you're at? Did I hear something about snow in Minnesota for the first time?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's white out here. We just got our first snow last night. A few inches on the ground here, even more up north. So, and it's not going anywhere. The cold front is settling in. So we're talking 20s for a high here. So yeah, I'm gonna be like wound up in a blanket and watching football, stuffing myself.
I
So
love it. We got three games, right? How exciting. Thanksgiving for us traditionalists, old school guys, was always just two games. They
mhm.
always threw that third game in now at night, which is cool. I love it. You could give me four games and I'll be happy. But I'll take the three we have right now. Maybe later we'll talk about the permanent third host, like we always been trying to do. But what do you got going on right now? What's on your mind about the NFL?
Well, you said something about JJ McCarthy, and here being a Vikings fan, it's kind of interesting to hear you say that because that's the talk of the town right now. I went and got my hair cut today, and the barber was just talking about football and JJ McCarthy nonstop. He had a lot of insight, let me tell you. I think I was some therapy for him, but yeah, is it regret? I don't know. I mean, what do you do? You got rid of all these proven quarterbacks for the hope of the future, and that's not panning out. So
You know
I don't
what?
know.
What Sam Darnold took a few teams to rehab. Some of these other guys, correct? Baker Mayfield took a few teams. Maybe you have to be in the right situation. But I don't know about this. I mean, this is his first stop, and this is the Vikings went all in with it. It's like they took this gal to the dance, and now as the music starts, you can't just swap her out. You got to stick with her. So let's see what happens. There's another 6 games. This is a tapestry to be still be woven. He's a rookie essentially. I know it's year 2. He didn't play last year. I'm going to give him a little time just because you're forced to. You're stuck with him. So give him some time and hope the time helps. Hope the time helps, right? And then bring in a quarterback whisper if you're the
Oh,
Vikings. Hire some guy on the side. Get in there, make it work, do everything you can to make this guy work. And if it doesn't, then chop bait. But at least you can hang on there beginning of next season. If he starts faltering first couple of weeks, have a backup plan, have a couple good backups you bring in next year, but see what you can do. So that's
yeah,
my suggestion.
yeah. I love everything and how poetically you put it. But we have the quarterback whisperer in KOC, Kevin O'Connell. So
Right.
that's the only thing that yeah. But you're right. I think everything that you say is spot on, and you just got to take your lumps.
Right.
So
And
there we
speaking
go.
of quarterback taking their lumps, Shador Sanders, the 42nd quarterback to start. We mentioned it last week's show on Green
Yeah,
Dog Blitz. 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999. Are you kidding me? Well, he did win. So they're going to give him another shot next week. And we'll see what he can do. I know it's the most hyped fifth round quarterback pick of all time. But you know what? Like you always say to me, a win is a win is a win. That was kind of exciting to see. Let's see what that happens. What happens uh, moving forward on that. Josh Allen, under the radar news segment, Green Dog Blitz, proprietary stat. Josh Allen, Bills quarterback, has 75 rushing touchdowns in his career, tied with Cam Newton, number one all time. He was supposed to break it last week, and he didn't. Actually, the Buffalo got broken by the Texans. And
yeah.
Josh Allen did not get a rushing touchdown, but I'm looking for him this week. I'm looking forward to week 13 to get him all by himself on that rushing touchdown, all-time record, which is pretty cool. I don't know what it means, but it's pretty cool. I think he'd take a Super Bowl ring over a all-time record in the NFL, but hey, it's still a nice feather in your cap.
For sure.
Speaking of
He's definitely a
feathers,
mobile quarterback. Yeah.
Turkey.
Go, go, go.
Oh yeah. Turkey. Do you have a hey, I gotta say I am thankful, first of all, for a few things. By our friendship, of course, that goes without saying. So it's been a while and we're still keeping this thing going. I love it.
Me
And
too.
then all our listeners, it's fun. The show is fun. But do you have a tradition like with your family you guys do every year, or do you have like a certain go-to like dish you make every year? Or is there a certain like Thanksgiving movie you watch every year? Or like do you have anything like that? Or you just kind of wing it, no pun intended?
Nice. Yeah, I like that one. We get together as family. There's turkey and there's ham. People bring their own dish, and there's always the same dish that the people bring, and they do it well, so it's great. We adopted my wife's aunt's dessert, the fluff. It's like Jello with some marshmallows in it. It's good. It's good stuff, but it's pretty simple. So nothing over the top, but it's just all about
Okay.
family and friends and football. How about you?
Well, I love it. That's what we do. Same thing. Sometimes we'll stay at home and cook with just our little family here, or other times we'll join a couple other families and conglomerate on. But same thing. Hey, I'll bring a dish. I'll bring a dish, and
Hmm.
everyone brings a dish, and you sample, and it's all pretty good for the most part, right? Everyone's bringing their A game on Thanksgiving. And if not, you try something new. Speaking of desserts, your fluff you mentioned, we're trying something new this year. We're making a bread pudding, so I'm gonna
Okay.
try that. I've got a recipe I'm kind of riffing off. Look at this Mississippi, cooking on the Mississippi, baby. They got an
Nice.
old school bread pudding supreme recipe from this book. So I'm going to give it a shot. A little whiskey, sauce, sugar topping, meringue thing. I don't know. We'll see what it's all about.
You like those
Um,
cookbooks, don't you?
you know what? Hey, sometimes you find a gem in the rough. That's all it takes. And you know what? Cookbooks are kind of like the recipes. They're not like, hard and fast. They're more of a guideline. So you kind of riff off it a little bit. You
Sure,
know what I'm
sure.
saying? So
Yeah,
yeah, just kind of we're
absolutely.
riffing off this show. Contenders versus pretenders. Let's get back to some football. We got to make a lot of picks today, Brian. We got 3 football games on Thursday and 4 pack coming up. But I must say, the contenders and pretenders right now. I'm looking at this the season standings. Are you locking anybody in right now in the playoffs and saying that these guys are for sure going right now?
The only lock I see right now is the New England Patriots, and that's probably just because they have such a huge lead right now, and their opponents in the league. It's a 3 game lead against the Bills, and I do think that there's enough time to overcome that. But that's the biggest um, lock that I see, in my opinion. Everyone else, I feel like, is up for grabs. Even the AFC South with the Colts leading. Colts are, I mean, they're only up by a game too, so
It's a
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Texans are rising up. Jaguars keep winning. I mean, that whole division's topsy-turvy. You're right. I think the New England Patriots are kind of running away with this. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I know.
But everybody else, and we're into week 13. Everybody else is fair game right now, guy.
Hmm.
How about Denver Broncos on an 8 game win streak? I can't believe it. How about New England Patriots on a 9 game win streak? And so those really jump out at me. Those are some big time piece and week after week together. So let's see if they can continue that. And then the NFC North, every team's winning except the Vikes. Come on, Vikes, where are you at? And then another tough division, the NFC West. Wow, who's going to come out on top with that? Is it the Niners? Is it the Rams? Is it the Seahawks? So it's a lot of fun football we got in front of us, Bry.
Yeah, definitely. And you call this segment the pretenders or the contenders. I think there's 2 pretenders that I see in
Hmm.
this list, and they're both top of their
Okay.
division: Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think that they're going to continue to play at the level that, or with the luck that they've had in the last few games. And they're both on win streaks, I believe. So I might be saying a lot, but I don't
Yep.
have a whole lot of hope in them or faith.
Okay. I'm going to go with some pretenders too, Brian. Maybe Indianapolis Colts. They went all in. They made some moves at the trade deadline. Daniel Jones was their savior. Jonathan Taylor was having an MVP season, and all that seems to be sliding a little bit. Jaguars are on the uptick with a 2 game winning streak. Houston Texans are on a 3 game winning streak right behind them in their division. So I think one of those 2 teams can overcome the Colts. And I think the Colts will make playoffs, but they're not going to win the division. So I think they're pretenders. That's a bold take right there. I think. And then I think another lock. I'm just going to go contender, Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys are 5-5 behind the Eagles. They're not going to catch them, I don't think. It looks like
They
the
just beat them.
Commanders and well, but they're not going to catch them. Hold
Well,
on now.
true.
They're still 3 games behind them. But great
True.
call, Brian. But Commanders and Giants, they're done. And so I think the Eagles could be some real contenders as well this year. They're making the playoffs. And as far as your Bears, I kind of like the Bears, but we'll see. I know they got the Lions and the Packers 1 game behind them, but you know what? Give me the current flavor of the week, and that's the Bears right now. So I'm sticking with them. They got 1 game up, and that's important.
They're lucky, man. They're just, I know they got a crazy offensive mind as their head coach, but trust me, they're going to
Better
fall
to be
apart.
lucky than sometimes not, Brian. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
How about the red
So,
carpet? Do you see anything cool in week 12?
I like the Browns changing it. Any change to their uniform is a good change. So that's always good. They went white with the white helmet. And then I was watching the Lions game, and my son was like, "That's so cool!" The blue with the black lion on it. I think it's pretty good. It doesn't totally float my boat, but yeah, yeah, I know. But he thought it was sweet. So hey, there's something for everybody out there. And then the
Hey,
Texans.
everyone's got their own apple of their eye, correct,
That's
Brian?
right. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. How about the Texans on Thursday night? Did you see that?
I
Their
can't
red
beat them.
helmets. I mean, like, I know it's too
I'm calling
much.
I'm calling it their Ant Flo uniforms.
Yeah, yeah. It will almost look like the lipstick or the fingernail polish red. They should, what is that? L'Oreal or Clarion or I don't know what
I
the
think it's China
brands
red,
are.
the color. It's China
Is it?
red, Brian. That's the color you're looking for. That's the shade.
Okay,
Yes, that's the
yeah, right.
L'Oreal
So,
China red. Let's go. Yeah, it doesn't
um,
look good. All red, everything. No thanks. They call it battle red. Saints all black helmet, jersey and pants. Eh. And then the Eagles, Kelly Green, winner, winner. I love the green helmet, the Kelly Green jersey, and the silver pants. Reminds me of what was it? Ron Jaworski
hmm,
and Randall Cunningham and
mhm,
Reggie White.
right.
Yeah, it's Eric Allen. Reminds me of the good old days with the Eagles. I think it's a great look. They should go full time. But hey, I'm not the red carpet spotlight all the time for these teams. But we got a good eye. What's happening in week 13? Anything with the eye coming up?
There nothing earth shattering. The Lions are going to have no logo. It's just the gray helmet. So they actually get rid of that, get the black lion off. So it's kind of an old school retro. I always think it's kind of like a high school look. Chargers go to their classic blue with the bolts on their helmet, but also on their pants. You'll like that, I'm sure. And the Ravens do the purple color rush. And as you see, anyone watching on YouTube, I've got my purple hat on. Vikes were the only purple team before the Ravens, so can't that rubs me a little the wrong way whenever I see them. And now they're going all purple. They're just gonna rub it in my face. So there you have it.
Yeah, you guys
All
did have
right.
a monopoly on that color palette. Yeah, well,
Yeah. Yeah. And then they encroached is what they did.
yep,
I'm not.
yeah. Them and the Colorado Rockies. Remember, there was no, I don't
Yeah.
think there was any purple in baseball until like them or maybe the Diamondbacks came in with a little purple, but teal. But yeah, I'm hearing you on that one. All right. What do we got next, Bry?
Well, how about a little
Um,
positive yardage time?
let's
Here's
do it.
yeah, this is our segment where kindness breaks more tackles than a running back. And speaking of running backs, Saquon Barkley, man, I thought this was kind of cool. This is how this highlights the little things. Sometimes it's just a little gesture that goes a long way. He met a 17-year-old boy who's a diehard fan, and he's got a rare form of bone cancer that's actually spread throughout his body. And so before the game last week, he met him on the field, took pictures with him, signed a jersey, and this kid was just like on top of the world. He's been watching him since his college days. He's I think this was in it doesn't matter where it was. I think it was right there in Philadelphia. But anyway, so just the fact that he took the time to do that, made this kid's Nate's his name, just his day, and I've noticed that too. You give somebody a smile, you give them a wink or a wave, and sometimes that changes the trajectory of their day. So these guys, of course, they're big stars. So that's my positive spotlight for today. There's a lot of great stuff going on, but I think I like to find those little nuggets that shine a little bit more. So. There you go, man. Give
Hey,
someone a hi. Tell
wow.
them they're thankful for them, just like you said earlier. I'm thankful for you
Yep.
too, my friend. And you
Yep.
know,
Good stuff. It
Just
goes a
said.
long way, Brian. Great segment there. A little positive yardage. Yeah. And speaking of that, we'll go into some no respect super quick.
Boy, that's the story of my life. No respect.
No respect candidate Kirk Cousins. What? Kirk Cousins, you say? Last week, gotta say this Atlanta Falcons season. They got a win over the Saints. A win is a win is a win, like you like to say. He went 16 for 23, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, one INT. But you know what? I'll take it because he got a win, and we got a Kirk Cousins sighting. Let's see if he's the highest paid, backup quarterback that is now the starter for the rest of the season because of Penix injury. Let's see what he can do. So can Atlanta make a charge at the playoffs, Bry? I am all tuning to see these last 6 weeks about Atlanta. The drama is on, but he is currently my no respect candidate.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think he just brought a sense of calm to the offense, broke their losing streak, and he's. We'll see if he gets the respect he deserves. So, good stuff. All right, now I think what everybody's been waiting for. Should we do some predictions on pick our games for
Let's
Thursday
do it,
night?
buddy. We
All
got
right.
all three of them. I got one trivia question for you. Can I?
Oh
One
yeah, let's
turkey
hear it.
trivia
Yep,
question for
sure,
you.
sure.
Okay. So, out of the 32 current teams in the NFL, only one franchise has never played on Thursday night football on Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
Can you name that one franchise that has never played a Thanksgiving Day football game?
I don't know, but the Browns pop into my head. Cleveland.
We're going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hmm.
Never been, but they're a relatively new franchise,
Right.
uh, albeit, but they've never played on Thursday night football, on Thanksgiving football on Thursday. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Just kidding.
That's great.
All right, I got two. I just pulled these up. What's the average
Cool.
weight of a turkey cooked for Thanksgiving on in the US? You might know this. So is it 8 pounds? This is average. 12 pounds, 16, or 22?
Cool. You're throwing your questions at me, Brian. You got me 12, 12 pounder.
16. Seem big.
Whoa.
I think that's
I'm rolling with a 10 pounder this year. How about you?
I don't know.
Oh, you're going. That's right. You're
I'm
going
going.
somewhere.
Dale, hey Dale, I'm insert the weight of the turkey because he's our producer. He makes us sound good, throws in those sound effects and stuff, and yeah, he can answer that question. All right, how about this? I think we've asked this in the past, but I'll ask it anyway. Which state produces the most turkeys in the United States? Is it Minnesota, North Carolina, Arkansas, or good old California?
Oh boy. Arkansas?
Ooh, no.
Minnesota, baby.
Is it really?
Yeah, according to
Wow.
this, it
Let's
is.
let's talk turkey, Minnie. I was almost going to guess California just because the sheer size of California. But I'm like, hey, I'm in California. I got some wild turkeys that actually run around my
Mhm.
neighborhood, believe it or not. A good little crew of them. And my kid always gets a kick off it every time they stand in the middle of the road. And
Uh-huh.
I guess they're not good eating because they'd be probably snatched up by now, right? And the
Right.
flock, or what do you call it, a guy gaggle would be a
A
lot
gaggle,
smaller, but
I
it
think.
gets bigger every year.
It
So no
is.
one's eating them. What's going
Yeah.
on? I know people will drink it though, that wild turkey. Woo, boy. All right, here we go. How about
It's
go ahead?
a rafter of turkeys. So not a
Oh, a
gaggle.
rafter. Oh,
Yeah.
you're kidding me.
No,
Okay.
it's-
Who knew?
all right.
Proprietary stats at Green Dog
Big
Blitz.
time. Yeah. Pull
Okay,
that one
thank
out
you
at
for
the
your
dinner
listener.
table.
Right? That'll be tomorrow. Green Dog Blitz listeners, we got you. Huntington Beach, my old stomping grounds. I saw a listener from there. Yes. We got Germany. We got Singapore. We got Wisconsin. We got Minneapolis, California, up and down. We love it, guys. Thanks for your listenership. We appreciate it. We're also on YouTube. I believe if you want to see our ugly mugs, that's awesome. We're here for you. And I'm holding up a mug right now. Best farter ever. Whoops.
Mm,
I meant father, my old Father's Day mug. So yeah, you can see stuff like that. And then
that's a
Brian's
good
got his
one.
Vikings and symbol going. And let's make some picks, buddy. Green Bay at Detroit starts off the Turkey Day games. Classic Detroit, always hosting the opening game. It's been pretty ugly for Detroit, but they're turning their woes around last couple of years with their new head coach. Things are looking good with Goff. Everything's humming. Do you believe in Detroit to win? They are giving up a field goal -3 against Green Bay. Big matchup, big NFC matchup.
Yeah, I know the Packers, just because I watched the game last week, have a huge stretch right here. Like all the teams in the NFC North they're playing, so in a row. So yeah, big game, big implications. Packers have a slight lead. I think the Lions are going to punch them in the mouth this week, and Packers are going down. Home dog. Detroit, coming off a loss. Did they lose last week? Why am I thinking that? I was,
Almost. No,
yeah.
they won. They
So
saved their season. They won in overtime.
oh, it was an
Gibbs
OT
saved their
game. That's
season.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but they're too good. I know that the Packers have a good defense, so it's going to be, I think, good defense versus good offense battle. But I don't think their offense is going to have enough to stop the Lions. So Lions by 3,
Yep.
given to me.
I think you're on to something there. Man, Goff is looking great. Like I mentioned, Gibbs is just running like a champ right
Hmm.
now, almost at 1,000 yards this season. And then you got St. Brown catching it for Detroit. I really like that trio right there. I know you've got Love on the other side, and he's got some wide receiver weapons. Josh Jacobs, he's got to get healthy running that ball for Green Bay because he's a factor when he's healthy. So I'm looking at analytics, Bry, 54% Detroit. 45.6% Green Bay. You know what? It's Thanksgiving. Miracles happen. Give me Green Bay. Give me the underdog or the under turkey, whatever. I'll take some points +3. I'll go opposite than you. We'll see if we can't break that wishbone and see who wins it. Give me Green Bay.
All right, then we go down I-35 more or less to Dallas, and where they're hosting Kansas City, which Kansas City doesn't play very often on Thanksgiving. I read, so they're kind of one of those rare birds on Thanksgiving. So that's a treat for all those Swifties and Chiefs fans. What do we have here? I'm losing my notes here. Oh, here we go. So
Dallas
Kansas
is yeah. Go ahead. Go
underdog,
ahead.
under
Yep.
turkey, like you said. This is the under
Right.
turkey. Dallas by 3.5. They've got the
No
hook on
respect,
there.
Dallas.
No respect. I know. They just came
Uh,
back with an epic comeback against the Eagles last week. Shut them out in the second half. Well, 21 points down. So with that, I'm just going to jump in. So keep talking since I am. I do like the Cowboys at home. I think they're kind of they're looking for their identity a little bit, but boy, when they find it, they have some weapons, and I think that they're going to ride the momentum here. Kansas City, good team, they know how to win, but they're just not as strong and powerful as they used to be. So, basic thoughts there, but my heart's with Dallas on this one.
wow. Both teams, I think you're right. Bryce saved their season last week, if you will. Like Cowboys are 5-5 and 1 tie. Chiefs are 6-5, but they both came back with some epic third, fourth quarter comebacks last week to stay in the game and get some big wins. So these are two teams that are feeling good about each other. I can't believe, Dallas is such a perennial host of these Thanksgiving games, and they usually do pretty good. Um, but I'm looking at the analytics. I'm just an analytics guy today. 63% chance Kansas City, 36% Dallas. You
Hmm.
know what? I'm going opposite of you, Brian. I'm sticking with the analytics. Maybe they know something I don't know.
All
Give me
right.
Kansas City. They're both coming off gritty wins, but I'm taking Kansas City just because they've got the pedigree the last 5 years.
Yeah, I almost put them in my pretenders list, but they do have the pedigree, so you can't call them a pretender. They've
Right.
proven too much. All right, moving on to the last game, the night game. It's an AFC East battle between Cincinnati, who's getting Joe Burrows back this week, it sounds like,
Ooh.
versus the surging Baltimore Ravens, who I also called a pretender. What do you think? The Thursday night
Um,
football. I think the what do you call that stuff
oh,
that makes you sleepy when you eat turkey? The tryptophan, I
oh,
believe it's called. Is that what it's called?
something like that. Yeah. Well, the
Anyway.
Bengals tripped up last week. They had a big lead and they gave it up and lost. Ravens came back yesterday and got a win that they needed. So, oy, I don't ever trust the Ravens really. They just haven't looked great, have they, this year? They're winning, but I'm not convinced. And the record speaks for that. They're 6-5. That doesn't, give me a whole bunch of, confidence. I know the Bengals are 3-8. They've got some weapons. Jamar Chase, remember he got suspended for spitting on a player. Remember that one?
Oh
They've got
yeah.
some issues going on. They've got
Yep.
some issues going on. But hopefully, Chase getting back in the mix. Hopefully, what Flacco is riding the bench now, and you got Burrow on Thursday night. Ooh, against the Ravens, who always have and you know what, -7. Give me the Bengals +7. I'll take some points and a chip and a chair for Burrow coming back and being the spark or the catalyst that these cats need to get back in and scratch their way in. Bengals, give me the Bengals.
All right. All right. This is one of those divisional games where anything goes. They're
Yeah,
just forget about anything else. But I was gonna pick Cincinnati too, but their defense is so suspect. And I just think that, just so porous and so poor that I think that Baltimore, if they have a healthy Lamar Jackson, um, Henry running the ball, and I think that at a home, I think 7 points is going to be doable for the
you're talking
Ravens.
yourself into it,
So
Brian. I
I
can hear
am.
you.
I am,
Yeah.
and I thought about this ahead of time. Should be a good game though. I'd like to see Cincinnati come back and come and win this one. And I do think, like I said, that the Ravens are pretenders, but until they prove it, I'll pick them. So give
Okay.
me the Ravens. We're
Interesting.
opposite on all three of those picks, baby.
Right. Okay. Let's see what happens. Teams in panic mode right now. Um, it's the Raiders again. Gosh, they are just stinky. I think they fired kind of news here, under the radar news, their offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly,
Mhm.
after their latest loss. Hey, you know what? This is a Blake's take real quick. It's not, he's saying Chip Kelly is the fall guy. He's the scapegoat. They need an offensive line, and bottom line is Chip Kelly can't make his offensive plays if they can't protect the quarterback and give him time. They have no offensive line. So he's saying, you know what? Maybe it's a Pete Carroll issue. Maybe it's an offensive line issue. I kind of agree with him.
Yeah, well, you got to work with you play the cards you're dealt, right? And so if he's the offensive coordinator and he's got this card, he's got to be able to play the hand. So and he's not being able to do it. So I don't know. Maybe
Ah,
he's a fall guy, maybe he's not. But
tough nose guy, Brian. Wow,
that's
you made a
right.
tough
Someone's
boss
got
to
to
work
go.
for. All right. I like it. No favoritism here. What's going on, baby? Um, okay, week 12. We always do the NFL parity update. 8 of the 14 games last week finished within one possession, excuse me, 8 points or less. So, man, aren't these games tight, Brian? I mean, 8 of 14 games. Can you imagine trying to make a living gambling on this? And speaking of making a living, last week, um, we did our 4 pack. We both went 2 for 4, but overall, you went 3 for 5, and I went 2 for 5 because you've got the Thursday night football game correct. Are you kidding me? Texas beating up on Buffalo, and you took the Texans. Good call, Brian. Right
Thanks.
now, yeah, but you also took Minnesota. You bet with your head, not your heart, and you were right. And I was stupid. I bet I gave them another chance. They're done. No more picks for Minnesota. I'm over it.
No.
And then Carolina, you talked me into Carolina last week. They are not on my mind anymore. We took them and the 49ers smoked them. But long story short, you're one up on me throughout the season. Overall standings, you're 31 for 60, Bry. That's over 500. Incredible. And I'm 30 for 60, one behind you at 500. So what a
That's crazy.
uncanny that, isn't it? How close we are, and we're
Yeah.
500. So if you're hanging along with us, gamblers, you're even money with maybe paying some juice out here and there. But hey, interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about crack and stack. Anything else to bring up before we get there or not?
I'm thirsty, man. Right. Let's go.
All right,
Bring
green
it.
dog, listeners, it's time to crack and stack a 4 pack. Kansas versus Vegas. Let's do this, guys. We got about 10 minutes into this, and we are going to take all that time on these picks because I think you're going to know what I'm going to do. Start it off here. Chicago at Philadelphia. Philadelphia -7. A touchdown. Vegas thinks they're going to win by a touchdown at home against the surging Chicago Bears that you think are pretenders. You want to take a take on this one first?
Sure. This might surprise you. I just picked my two pretenders are Baltimore and Chicago, and I'm going to pick both of them because I don't think Chicago's actually going to win this game. But with that 7 point spread, 7 point underdog, give them
Mm,
7 points. I think they're going to battle. They have a back and forth thing. They're going to lose this at the end of the game, but probably only by 3, maybe 4 points. Give me Chicago. But yeah, give me
wow.
Chicago.
Wow. Give me Chicago. I like it. I'm with you on that. That 7 point spread seems a little big for me. I think that it's going to be a closer game than 7 points. I'm not saying Chicago's going to win, but I'm saying they're going to hang around like you, Bry. I love that +7.
All right. Then we go down to or up to Indianapolis, where the Houston Texans are playing, and they're looking good. I think they look pretty good. You know, their defense. We talked about them a lot on this, going against the top-rated Indianapolis Colts. Colts are favored by 4.5. What do you think here?
Big time division rivalry game is what I think. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know, these guys are separated with Jacksonville in between them in the record right now. And so a huge game for Texans. Every game is at this point. They've got to keep it going. And you know what? Indianapolis is starting to feel the pressure. They were supposed to be anointed to win this division at the beginning of the season, the way their record started off, and now they're slipping. So they're feeling the pressure. Do they have to, and so do they have to keep that up? Are they going to cave in with the pressure? Is Jones the guy still? Is Jonathan Taylor going to have another monster game? What about the Texans? Is CJ Stroud coming back from concussion protocol, or is Mills the guy at QB? Is he the turnaround factor? So a lot of questions. Like you said, it's a division game. Throw the record out the window. Give me the road team Texans +4.5 just because they're a little hungrier and they need the win a little more statistically. But that's it. It's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I think so too. And the Colts are 6-0 at home, haven't lost a game there. 2-3 on the road. If anybody cares about that. And I agree. I think this is one of those games that's going to really tip the scale in that division if the Texans want to make a move, which I think they can, and try and take claim of that. They're going to have to win. So I think just out of pure grit, desire, and talent, that Mills guy and Stroud are both great quarterbacks. I don't think they can go wrong either way. He looks so poised, I thought, in the pocket. Maybe that's because I just watched the Vikings game before that. But anyway, by comparison. So yeah, let's go with you and the Texans as well. So we are in agreement so far on the two of the four pack picks. Next, we
Third pack,
go.
Buffalo, what? At Steelers, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Um, wow. Where do I go with this? Okay, so I'm looking at the last 5 games. Win, loss. Buffalo Bills. Look at the last 5 games. Steeler, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Both these teams are just a bunch of yo-yos. Are you good or are you bad or are you average? So it's like, where do I go with this? Aaron Rodgers, I believe, is coming back. Is that correct this week? So is that going to even be a factor? You know what? I didn't pick Pittsburgh last week, and I was correct. And I'm not going to pick them this week. I think the Bills came off a bad loss last week. They're hungry. This is their window is closing with Josh Allen. They have got to sniff the AFC Championship game this year or the next year or two, or they got to rebuild and blow it all up. So I think they realize that. I think Aaron Rodgers on the downhill slide big time. I'm going statistics, baby. Buffalo, 55% chance to win, and we're going with Pittsburgh, 44% chance. So the numbers give me Buffalo. I don't care if they're on the road. I'll take it.
All right. Well, you almost persuaded me to go toward Buffalo, but 3.5 point underdogs are Pittsburgh at home. Rogers coming back. They're just you know, blue-eyed, broken nose type of team. Whatever that
Aren't
means.
they? Aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So give me Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh.
All right.
Maybe I think too, maybe the Buffalo is hungry. I think they're gonna win by a field goal. The hook comes in play. Now we have
Wow. And
San
if any of our
Francisco.
listeners know,
Okay.
and if any of our listeners real quick know what a blue eye, whatever you said is, let us know. Give us a response at greendogblitz@yahoo.com. I got to know what that saying means. All right, what do we got next?
I'm just talking. Who knows what I'm saying? We got San Francisco
Uh,
visiting um Cleveland. Is it
yeah,
Cleveland? What kind of
Cleveland
why
sneak into our 4 pack pick. What
yeah,
relevance?
what?
What?
What is this?
Hey, I had to
Shador
pick a
Sanders?
Hey, we had to make a pick, No, this is actually a bigger game than you think, Brian. San
Mhm.
Francisco is hanging in there with the Seahawks and the Rams right now, and are all relevant to make the playoffs. That is a tough division. And guess what? You got Brock Purdy back. You got Kittle healthy again. Saleh is trying to keep that defense together, and he's been doing it with all the injuries. And then you got Cleveland. And you know what? A win is a win is a win.
Mhm.
Shador Sanders got his first win. I don't care. Let's see if he can get a second. This is a bigger game for the Niners than anybody realizes. Cleveland plus 4.5. It's a huge game for Cleveland. They've had how many starters at quarterback? The last since 1999. It was documented in our show earlier. Well, maybe Shador is the stopgap. Maybe. Am I crazy to say? But the madness stops here, and he's their quarterback for the next 6 to 8 years. And this is his chance to show that. And so it's also the Niners' chance to show that he's not. So, I'm going to go with Cleveland just because San Francisco is in a tough division. Can they keep on winning? They're on the road. I think Cleveland's feeling something, the energy. They got Miles playing defense like a maniac right now. He's feeling a win. So I think they're feeling good for once in Cleveland. Keep it going. Good times, Cleveland. Plus 4.5. I'll take the points.
You're taking Cleveland. I love it. I was gonna say,
Yes.
if you think for a second that San Francisco's gonna go into Cleveland and lose this game, you're crazy. And I know they
I'm
have
not.
points here, but right now, just real quick because we're running out of time. But that whole NFC North or West conference better come out with a win this week because they all have layups. San Francisco versus Cleveland, Seattle versus Minnesota, Rams versus Panthers, and Chargers versus Raiders. If one of these teams drops, count them out. All right. So I'm picking San Francisco.
Wow.
That's it. That's my thoughts, baby.
I
All
love
right.
those thoughts. That's great. You're so correct on that. Those are all layups, but this is the NFL any given Sunday. And that would be a
Absolutely.
great prop bet. One of those four teams will lose. Which one? But I don't think they're going to all win. That's not going to be possible, Brian. One of these teams, bad teams, is not going to be bad this week. That's the way the NFL works. It's parity driven. You know that. But I like what you're thinking. Anything else, Brian, before we get to the Hot Mess Express?
Let's pull the turkey out of the oven, baby.
Yeah, let's do it, baby. And don't make sure you do it too long. Hot Mess Express, baby. We love doing the show. Anderson and Agobian, extravaganza Thanksgiving edition. But don't burn the turkey. You're on the Hot Mess Express and you burn the turkey. No dry turkey this season, baby. And if you do have dry turkey, fall back. Best advice, you heard it on Green Dog Blitz right here. Have extra gravy available, y'all. Just smother that baby in gravy everywhere if it's too dry. You got to eat it, choke it down, slide it on down with the gravy, baby, everything. And if there's a dog under the table, maybe a piece for it. Hey, let's do this. No burnt turkeys, guys. Everyone have fun cooking. No burnt homes. No, turduckens? Anybody doing a turducken out there? Let us know on YouTube, on our comments. If you're doing a duck, if you're doing crab, if you're doing something unusual, let us know. It's not all about turkey. But hey, let's talk turkey. We're done talking turkey. We're riding the Hot Mess Express right now, Brian.
All right, everybody. That's a wrap on the Green Dog Blitz Thanksgiving edition. Football, family, friends, and feasting, the ultimate combo. Whether your team pulls off a miracle comeback, your friends overstays his welcome, or your nephew sneezes on the pudding, enjoy the moment and give thanks for each one of those things because that's how memories are made. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We'll catch you next week.